Cirque du Soleil is returning to Southwest Florida. Verikai is a critically acclaimed production that has wowed more than 8 million people worldwide since it first premiered in Montreal in 2002.
Yeah, since then, Verikai has visited more than 72 cities in 20 different countries around the world. We are so happy to welcome Cirque du Soleil publicist Vanessa Napoli to the show. Good morning.
Good morning.
And some of the performers that we've been seeing throughout this show. How fun is this? Talk about this new show, and we kind of mentioned it at the top of the show too, that maybe if you've seen a show before, certainly people have been loving it for years now, you need to go back this weekend.
Yes,
it's right here.
For sure. And every one of we have 19 different productions, so they're all completely different one from the other. But Verikai is definitely one that you should not miss, because look how cute they are. No, but it's extremely theatrical, so very unlike any other production. It tells a beautiful story.
She's just eating her hair.
It tells a beautiful story. So it's the interpretation of what happened to Icarus after he lost his wings. So tying back to Greek mythology, but he lands in this beautiful enchanted forest where he meets all these amazing creatures, and he starts off a new journey. And so all these characters are very influential and part of his new journey. So he falls in love, and all of this is told through acrobatic language. And it's, of course, you'll see, you know, stunning acrobatics, live music on stage, amazing costumes, and kind of everything just captures you and kind of throws you into this dreamlike fantasy world. So
they're certainly creating some moments with you and with us right now. What are some of those can't miss moments that we should be looking out for?
Oh my gosh, there are tons of them. I think Verikai is really just about the entire experience. It's about just being open to interpretation and allowing you to feel something, because there's so many metaphors inside the show. So, you know, it talks about if you lose your wings, like, you don't need your wings to fly, but if you fall down, you could stand up tall again with the support and love of all your friends and family, and that's what the creatures represent in this forest. So there's a lot of deep meaning. So if you're open to that, then you'll see it, and I think that's what you need to watch out for, is the deeper meaning.
When you watch those, you know, the shows, you don't necessarily get the story, but you said this one is really kind of spelled out for you, maybe a little bit more than speaking a story. She's reading a story
It's very spelled out, and well, I think it's very spelled out, but it's kind of set there loosely for interpretation, so you'll get what you want from it, you know. I mean, I'm telling you the story, but you can feel, you know, whatever you'd like, and depending on what period you are in your life, you'll pull something different from the show. And that's the beauty about Cirque du Soleil, is it kind of lays something out there for you loosely to interpret as you will. So you might ask someone else who's sitting next to you, and they'll have a completely different experience.
You put a lot of work into this, but you guys also spend a lot of time on the road because you are working so hard on it. I know you are from Montreal. Where does a lot of the cast come from? Is this everybody from kind of all over?
Yeah, so we have 50 artists and from 18 different nationalities. So I'm from Montreal. I have this little one who's from Belgium and this other little one who's from Azerbaijan. So we have just 3 nationalities right here.
From where?
Azerbaijan.
I had never even heard of that. I didn't even know it existed. Wow.
Yeah, so we're very multinational.
So when you come out and see that, can you just show up at because the show's going to be going on now until Sunday. Can you just show up and get tickets? Are they sold out yet?
You can still get some. Not sold out yet, so you can still get some either online at cirquedusoleil.com/Verikai or Ticketmaster. You can also get them directly at the Germain Arena box office if you do just show up. But the great seats, you want to get those in advance.
Vanessa, I have to ask about the costumes. Where does this inspiration come from?
And the makeup.
Yeah, the costumes on this show are really special because they were designed by Iko Ishioka. It was a Japanese lady who really wanted to challenge the shape of the human body. So she was a visual artist, so her idea was to create a costume that was part of a set. So it always was to create some kind of image. And so a lot of their body parts are exaggerated because, again, it's to go with the story, creating creatures from a mythical, magical forest. So there's a lot of shapes and you know, basically visual plateaus, if I can call them that create some kind of magic. So they're really, really special. And, you know, of course, they have to be fitted to the body and be comfortable to perform acrobatics in.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, and talk about the music, too. I mean, I know music is a big part of the show as well. You kind of can't have one without the other.
Absolutely. I mean, on Verikai, the music draws inspiration from different types of genres. You know, a bit of jazz, a bit of soul music. There's a bit of everything.
Is it live? Is the music?
Wow. It is live. And a lot of people don't really realize
they assume that it's recorded.
They assume
it's that good.
Exactly. And they also assume that the artists are following the music, which is not the case at all. The musicians are actually watching what's happening on stage and adjusting the music accordingly. because it's really
Yeah.
important that they take all the time they need to do their tricks. So.
Is there one goal in mind? I know you talked about just opening up, but is there one goal from each show that you want the audience to take away from it? One feeling in mind?
It's really not specific. We just want people to get some kind of emotion from it. The company really strives on doing that when creating our shows, is just allow people to take whatever they will, to allow them to feel something, because that's kind of how you develop an attachment to things, is when you start feeling emotion, you have this emotional attachment to something.
Well, and what about kids? Do kids enjoy this?
Oh my
I mean,
gosh,
I'd imagine
they
that it's just,
do.
I mean, I have a young girl at home who's 2, and I can see her just like in absolute awe.
Which is majority of the case what happens a lot of for the kids, but this is a great way also to inspire them, because a lot of these acrobats that we have, a lot of times it's because their parents brought them to a show and they showed them this and they're like, this is what I want to do. So this inspires them, maybe not to be an acrobat, but to go into the arts, to be performers, to do something, to follow their dream.
I'm inspired. Are we
I
too
know.
old, Stephanie? Is it too late for us?
No, it's never too late.
All right, so as we close here, thank you so much for coming
thanks
by.
for having us.
And people can come out. They can go tonight.
Yes, they can. They can
So-
still get tickets tonight. So
Right
and
here.
again, right
It's
here
nice.
through
Yeah.
Sunday at Germain Arena, which is a great, we were talking about the kind of the
Venue
size
for
of
it,
the
yeah.
venue,
Yes.
because every seat is a great seat. So, well, thank you so much. It was so much fun to
Thank
have you
you.
guys actually here
Thank
in the
you.
studio. What a treat for us.
It was a treat. Look at them go, Carly.
I
Can
love
they
it, I
stay?
love
Can
it.
we keep them, Vanessa?
they don't need to go back for the show. How about we dress up and we go as them? All right, with thousands of new beauty products hitting store shelves this fall, up next we are breaking down the best of the best.